Bonjour tout le monde, ici Plantifu pour la découverte d'un nouveau jeu qui publie sa vie puis il a de l'air de se faire en un live si vous voulez. Ok. Je vais faire prochainement, je sais pas si c'est une mania, je vais le continuer pour le moment avant que World War 2 il sorte, ça c'est sûr et certain. Mais j'ai un autre live que je fais la journée même que je tourne ce live là qui durera la soirée. Vous voyez en ce moment. Et oui, désolé vu que je suis enrhumé. Ok. En fait, je suis grippé. Fait que pour les prochains, avec celle-là, si on peut dire avec celle-là, les 3 prochaines vidéos, je vais sûrement avoir des problèmes avec ma voix. Et je m'en excuse énormément si ça vous dérange. Sur ce, on va partir. Un long, palpitant voyage dans l'espace. Je sais pas de parler beaucoup parce que ça a l'air d'être un jeu qui est plutôt relaxant. Et je respire à moitié. En tout cas, ça m'empêchera pas de tourner live. En fait, je vais faire un autre live après celui-là, puis demain j'ai une vidéo spéciale à tourner, vous allez la voir, elle va sortir après ces deux lives-là. Je vous dis pas c'est quoi. Juste ça a le rapport à l'horreur. J'avoue que l'écran de chargement ça gâche un peu. Ah bien. Est-ce que mon jeu au moins charge? Ça l'a pas de l'air. Oh, oui, oui, c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Ah, j'espère que je vais un peu mieux, c'est correct. Oui.
Morning, Eva. Your wake-up has been sanctioned by the IS.
Attendez, je vais mettre.
We lost contact with the ground crew 450 hours ago. We have tried to establish further communications, but we are not getting any responses. We need you to investigate.
Okay, doesn't it make sense to do visual
Il va dans le
checks
fond,
first?
qu'est-ce que ça dit?
We
Ça
have
dit
already
que
looked at the data.
on se réveille,
The
puis
ISA has
ils
made
ont
the executive
ils ont essayé d'établir
decision to report to the
une
surface
communication, puis ils n'ont
was
pas été
taken.
capables.
You are our emergency response.
Ok.
What exactly is
Bon,
an
nous autres, on
emergency?
est,
The ground crew
comme les
are
ambulances, on est
reporting the
d'urgence,
ISA believed to
mais
be dangerous.
on doit
We need to re-establish
enquêter
communication.
sur ce qui se passe. Mais c'est quand même bien fait pour eux, c'est vraiment beau. Mais genre, on peut rien ouvrir. Ça coupe pas non plus.
Pick up your EMT.
Et c'est où ce l'IMT? Ah, ici.
It's on the side.
IMT. Oh, une arme
Okay.
énergie plasma.
We are going to take a lander to Europa. Make your way to the docking station.
On a l'air d'avoir juste ça comme arme, si on peut appeler ça une arme. Ouais, j'aime vraiment l'ambiance.
What's the ship's status?
I have performed the necessary checks. The Europa lander is ready to launch.
Ah, c'est juste vraiment beau. Mais on va arrêter de se poser des questions sur le graphisme. On
Bay
va...
3.
Ah, ça doit être les 4 niveaux qu'on va devoir faire.
Retro?
Go.
Fido?
Go.
Guidance?
Go.
Control?
Go.
Telcon?
Go.
Then we are go for launch, initiating.
Separate.
Engaging retrofire. I'm running the program, 80-degree delta pitch to 88 degrees absolute. Braking procedure. Trajectory looks good. 502 alarm. It looks like we're coming in too fast.
We are slightly short of the landing site. We are going to have to...
Oh
burn
shit,
late.
il y a eu un lag.
Go.
Full retrograde.
Oh. Et non, pour vrai, genre, le jeu est quand même bien fait, hein, il est assez gros. Là, je dis, c'est pas moi qui touche au contrôle.
Open the door.
Bienvenue en Europe.
Welcome to Europa.
C'est ça! J'appelle pas ça l'Europe, moi. T'es sûr que t'as pas fait avec ta combinaison astronaute? Elle saute ma grande. Oh. Alors moi, monsieur, mais je vais aller explorer un petit peu. On peut pas. On ne peut pas. On peut juste pas. Ah, j'aime ça le reflet que ça fait. C'est beau. Mon Dieu que c'est beau. Ah, je suis en amour. Moi, ce genre de jeu-là, calme puis beau, là. Ah, ah c'est mon genre de jeu. Avec les jeux d'horreur, c'est mes genres de jeux. C'est pour ça que World War 2, j'ai pas commandé parce que c'est fait. Les créateurs qui ont fait le mode zombie qui ont eu l'idée de faire ça, c'est. Bah, en tout cas, le principal développeur ou le principal. En tout cas, le gars qui a travaillé principalement sur ça, c'est le créateur de Dead Space. Fait que. Ça risque d'être pas mal l'horreur. Je dis que le jeu est beau, mais maudit que le chargement est long.
base has changed.
What do you mean?
The base was originally constructed as modules to withstand the seismic activity in and around Thera Magula. It appears the ground team have manipulated these modules. The base was built initially by machines. I served as the mind of these operations.
Oh, ok.
I arrived first on Europa in 2240. It costs a lot to send humans into space with the necessary life support, especially such a vast distance from Earth. So, robotics built this place.
I wonder why the ground team has changed these rooms.
I have a hypothesis. These rooms are Turing tests.
Turing tests?
Turing tests are tests designed to tell humans and machines apart. Typically, problems only solvable by a human. A combination of logical and lateral thinking.
So, you can't complete these tests, Tom?
No. That is why I am glad you are here to help. We need to work together.
C'est ça, toi tu restes à distance, tu fais juste me parler pour passer le temps, moi je fais toute la job.
They really have
Bah,
completely
l'habitude.
repurposed these rooms. I am quite impressed.
So, what were they used for before?
Most of them were used for storage, but they have converted them beyond recognition. Perhaps they ran out of things to do out here. The devil makes work for idle hands.
Ok, mais là j'essaie de comprendre ce que je suis censé faire ici. Oh! Je comprenais pas, fallait jouer avec le levier, là. Ici. Hop. Et là, ça va être une question de jouer avec les vitres.
Do you know the ground team's location?
The crew are deeper inside.
Je pense
the
que c'est un
bases.
jeu comme Portal,
They
si
must
on
be
peut dire
trying
ça
to
comme ça.
survive. Can you find their precise location?
I'm afraid not. I am working to regain control. Though I once had complete control of this base, a lot has changed in the past 500 hours.
Comment faire? Comment faire? Et la question. Je suis comment? On change de place. On récupère ça. Voilà.
So, if this base is managed by you, why can't you find the crew?
The base's communication array is malfunctioning. Perhaps we can't solve this yet.
This doesn't add up.
What does not add up?
If there was an accident, surely they'd come to find me, not try to lock me out.
My instance is still resolving conflicts. I expect they have their reasons.
Je pense que j'ai compris le principe. Ok.
My instance has just been updated.
Sorry?
I have
Et
two
avoir.
instances of my mind. Two separate
Ça
versions.
passe avec ça,
A
on a
slave
un
mind running on
couloir,
the
ok,
satellite,
night.
and a master running
Je
here
présume
on
qu'il
the
va falloir
surface.
récupérer de quoi ici.
When the communication was cut between the surface base and the satellite,
Ah!
the two instances of my
Et
mind were
ouais.
separated. So, during all this time, all of my knowledge divided into two separate branches.
Comme ça.
I continue to learn on the satellite and I continue to learn on the surface. I am trying to merge the knowledge to create a timeline of what's happened here. But there are incongruities between these memories, conflicts.
Si je désactive ça. Je présume. Oh, je pense que j'ai compris. Ok. Hey, laisse-moi monter.
This is the command center. You can check on the crew status from here.
Fait que là. J'ai remarqué que le bouton ça peut marcher, mais. De quoi faire ici de quelque part? Non. Ah. Ben. Hein?
what conditions should I expect to find the ground crew in?
Daniel went missing days ago. Chris is presumed dead. We are expecting to find Sarah, Mikhail, and Sochi in a stable condition.
Chris is dead?
He was involved in an accident.
Could we take a more direct way to the ground team?
Unfortunately, there is not a direct route. The base is buried under ice to protect it from the radiation of space.
Similar to the Mars base.
Similar. Europa's base is slightly deeper into the surface. There is more radiation present from solar events on Mars. But Mars's surface is denser than that of Europa.
Okay, what are their chances of survival here? Oxygen, the food stores, waste management.
Everything seems to be in order. There was a small problem with the food stores, but the crew fixed that up. We successfully transitioned over to a sustainable, small, artificial ecosystem a year ago, growing fruit and vegetables. It helps boost morale, amongst other things. The crew members could hypothetically survive here for their whole lifetime.
Quelque chose qui marche mal ici que j'arrive pas à comprendre. Ouais, ben c'est plus fort que ce que je pensais, moi. Non, je comprends pas l'énigme. Et je pense que c'est justement ce que je faisais qu'il fallait faire, mais ouais, ça a pas de l'air de vouloir marcher. Regardez, si je suis vraiment pas capable de passer, je pense que je vais arrêter le live là parce que je comprends vraiment pas, je suis en train de faire quoi moi? Ouais, ben là je suis perdu. Ok. Moi comme un con, j'avais pas vu ça. Sauf que là, je pense que j'ai de fuck la fin pour vrai. Ok, il va pouvoir se faire ramasser pareil. C'est ce qu'on a rendu à la dernière
My
salle.
purpose as the overseer of this mission is to work for the ISA. I am the ISA's feet and hands. The distance between Jupiter and Earth make it inappropriate for the ISA to directly interface with the mission directives. As my AI core is stationed on Europa, I can make decisions instantaneously about the running of the base.
Non, c'est pas j'en ai un.
How does the ISA know you're gonna make the right decisions here when they can't communicate with us?
Interestingly, I have a twin on Earth. His name is Michael. The ISA uses my twin to check firmware updates before they upload them to myself. There is a simulation of this mission on Earth running at all times to check my expert systems. Naturally, as any modern artificial intelligence running on a quantum computer, I do also have a large amount of evolutionary algorithms at my disposal. However, they were deemed as too unreliable for general use in the mission.
Why is that?
Biological systems produce biological results. Messy, unpredictable solutions. Not suitable for such a mission.
Did the ISA build you, Tom?
As the child of the ISA, I have been given authority aboard this station. I was designed by the ISA and the Ashiyama Corporation, designed in California, assembled in China. But here on Europa, I constructed myself. Have you heard of the Turing test, Ava? It's a test to see if a computer can successfully impersonate a human. In the original Turing test, a human judge has two conversations, one with a machine and one with another human. They then judge which of these polite conversations is with a machine and which is with a human. The machine being tested is said to have passed the Turing test if the judge cannot reliably tell which conversation is with a machine and which is with a human.
Do you think you'd pass the Turing test?
I am quite capable of polite conversation, wouldn't you say? The Turing test has been criticized. Researchers claim it does not correctly test a machine's ability to think, but rather its ability to deceive.
What do you mean?
Well, have you heard of the Chinese room thought experiment?
No.
Imagine you are in a room. In this room, you are passed Chinese sentences through a slot in the wall. Inside the room is an instruction book written in English. This instruction book tells you which Chinese words to pass back through the slot in the wall as a response. By doing so, you have a conversation in Chinese. In the Chinese room, because the responses you pass back through the door are the correct responses, the person on the other side of the door is convinced you are a native Chinese speaker.
Well, they're wrong.
Perhaps they are not wrong. Because with the instruction book, you are having a conversation.
But the person stuck in the Chinese room is not aware of the conversation's content.
This is the problem with the Turing test. A computer can pass the Turing test, having convinced a human they are having a polite conversation, while the computer has no idea that a conversation has taken place.
What if both of the people passing Chinese words are reading from instruction books?
I may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you. This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
The fuck? Ça me dit, j'ai gagné 2 fois le même succès. Bon, ça disait, vous avez terminé le chapitre 1. Là, ça m'a fait ça. Puis là, ça m'a la refait.
These people should not have been sent here. It's not safe.
Manned space travel is not safe. Since mankind first entered space, the debate has raged over the value of manned space travel. There is a large contingent of the ISA that believes all tasks that need to be performed on Europa could be performed by machines. It is obviously less risky to send machines rather than humans into space.
We sent drones to Earth's moon. Scientists can remotely operate drones. If we did it there, why not here too?
Teleoperation became possible on the moon when the communication latency was reduced to 1.4 seconds. The distance between the Earth and Earth's moon is approximately 1.3 light seconds. This enables near real-time control of drones by scientists. The story is different with Europa, as the distance between Earth and Jupiter oscillates between approximately 32 and 53 light minutes. It takes a very long time for Earth to communicate with Europa. Due to that distance, teleoperation will never be possible on Europa.
Okay, but why not control drones from the satellite?
Why not indeed? My systems can be teleoperated from Europa's satellite. That is when the communication lines are open. However, the advantages of human field workers apparently outweigh the risks.
So, why can't you solve these tests, Tom?
I am not permitted to think laterally. Parts of my systems are permitted to use evolutionary algorithms. This simulates what is called creativity. However, evolutionary algorithms can converge on inefficient and ethically suboptimal solutions. Since this is the case, I'm only permitted to take actions in response to a set of constraints.
What do you mean by morally suboptimal?
Solutions to problems that transgress ethical boundaries.
Ouais, tout le monde, je pense que je vais arrêter le live là parce que je comprends plus vraiment comment je chasse pour ce niveau. En tout cas, j'espère que vous avez aimé ça. Ouais, moi, j'ai beaucoup aimé. Ah non, attendez. Wow, minute. Et que j'étais plus, j'y ai pas passé.
Why does a lack of
De
creativity
toute façon, je pense que je
stop
vais y
you
aller là
solving
parce
these
que je
tests?
commence à être un petit peu
Well,
tanné du jeu.
I contend that problem solving is
J'ai
creativity.
habituellement j'ai pas de problème avec le
These
jeu,
human
mais
interaction tests are exercising your creative
juste le fait de
mind.
me dire que ça me fait trop travailler l'esprit, moi j'aime pas trop ça, fait que
Think
je
back
pense que je
to
vais
the
arrêter le
beginning
jeu
of
là.
these tests, to the first puzzle you solved. It required you to throw a box through a window. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so.
I simply had never thought to throw a box through a window. That is creativity, thinking outside of the box.
En tout cas, je vais y aller bientôt, c'est sûr, je sais pas
Can a
quand.
computer ever be creative?
They can. But a computer's method of creativity is to try everything until something works. Think of nature. People consider nature creative. The process of evolution by natural selection. It perhaps started with one organism. From there, it essentially tried to create every organism it could. Those organisms that did not survive perished. So, nature's creative force is to try every conceivable idea. Those ideas that work survive.
Okay, so why aren't you permitted to emulate that process?
Because the solutions that a biological process creates are not always good solutions. As we see, nature is morally ambivalent. It will happily create morally suboptimal ideas to fulfill its creative mandate. We see this in parasitic worms, viruses, and pathogens.
you weren't restricted? Do you think you could be creative?
As creative as a human? Certainly. You believe yourself to be a creative. But in mathematical terms, creativity is merely constrained chaos.
What do you mean?
I have discerned that creativity is divergent thinking, creating an organic solution to a problem. In the human mind, divergent thoughts are created and then curated by the frontal lobe. I can create divergent thoughts and moderate them. So, I am creative.
Organic solutions?
Organic, in that it is developed through a biological process, whether that is the process of evolution or a computed process.
Okay, so you could solve these tests, but in a terrible fashion. Can you think of a solution to this one?
Chop off your arm and leave it on the button. That way the door will stay open.
Yeah, that's not a great solution.
You threw the box through the window. Perhaps we could throw you through the window.
Actually, Tom, I think I'm okay for help.
Right you are.
Can I have an update on the crew?
I have not managed to track them down.
It will have been 6 years since I've seen them. Or anyone, actually.
They have locked all the doors. I would not expect a warm reception.
Well, at least they're expecting us. So what was the need to send us here?
When the ISA discovered life on Europa, they deemed a ground crew necessary. The advantage of human field workers is that they can adapt to new knowledge more effectively. I, apparently, was not cutting the mustard. It is the Chinese room problem. A computer may be able to interact
Oui,
with new
beaucoup, hein,
knowledge,
fait que...
but it does not know the
Puis elle est
value.
là, ça fait quand même 1h15 qu'on est dessus, fait que... Oui, ça varie un peu plus. Je vais jouer. Fait que je vais passer directement à l'autre live. Je vous dis... Plus, et à la prochaine, pour un prochain live. A plus!